Welcome to Transformers Earth Wars, the best Transformers video game ever. As you know, you open crystals to earn new characters in the game. So to start out the final episode of Season 1 of Gaming with Raccoon-Formers, I will be opening the 29 crystals I have available. Let's begin. That was fun, right? Sure, we did get a lot of duplicates and a ton of stuff that wasn't actually a Transformers character, but hey, you can't please everybody. You get what you get and you don't throw a fit. Am I right? So yeah, let's begin the video. Hello everyone, Raccoon-Formers here, and welcome to episode 10 of Gaming with Raccoon-Formers. The season 1 finale, baby! Numero uno! In this episode, I'm going to be doing something extra special. Just like I hinted at in the trailer that I made for this episode on September 6th of 2021, this episode is going to have something to do with Transformers Earth Wars, which you might remember is the exact game I reviewed in episode 1 of Gaming with Raccoon-Formers. Isn't that a cool homage? But I'm going to be doing something a teensy-weensy bit different in Transformers Earth Wars today. I'm not going to be reviewing the video game. That's what episode 1 of my gaming series was for. In this episode, I'm going to be doing a game show-like thing. I'm gonna call it the Transformers Earth Wars Grand Prix. It's just like the World Grand Prix from Cars 2, just take out the racing and the living cars, and you've got the Transformers Earth Wars Grand Prix. Here's how the game show will work. I'm going to have 3 Autobot teams and 3 Decepticon teams, and I'm going to go on a battle with each one of them. And I'm going to judge each team's performance with 2 judging systems that I made up. One is how many team members die. Each team consists of 7 members, and the team will get 100 points for each team member that survives. So they'll get a total of 700 points if each team member survives. And each team will lose 100 points for however many team members die during a battle. So if you want your 700 points teams, you better make sure you keep everyone alive. And the other thing I'll be judging is how long the battle takes. Every minute a battle goes, they'll lose 1 point. So let me give you an example of how I'll judge everything. Let's say 1 out of the 7 team members dies. That means they'll earn 600 points. But let's say the battle takes 8 minutes. I doubt that'll happen, but bear with me. They'll lose 8 points. So 600 minus 8 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 492. They'll earn 492 points. I'll start with the Autobots. I'll go on a battle with each Autobot team till only 1 remains, and then I'll repeat the exact same process on the Decepticon side until only 1 Decepticon team remains. Then I'll take the remaining Autobot team and the remaining Decepticon team, go on 1 more battle with each of them, use the 2 judging systems that I talked about earlier to determine which team will be crowned Transformers Earth Wars Champion. C-H-A-M-P, champ, yeah, everybody wants it, haha. So now you know how this'll work. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and meet our contestants. Good morning, YouTube, and welcome to the Transformers Earth Wars Grand Prix. I am your host, the one and only Raccoon-Formers. Let's go ahead and meet the contestants that are power hungry to win this title of Transformers Earth Wars Champion. We have 6 teams altogether that are a part of 2 big main teams. It's the most famous feud of all time, the Autobots versus the Decepticons. We'll start with the Autobots. What's that coming our way? We have the first Autobot team, the Optimals. We have the team captain, Optimus Prime, a pretty obvious choice, am I right? We have his right-hand man, Bumblebee, or as I like to call him, the Bumblemeister. We have Alita 1. We have Optimus's other old friend, Ratchet. We have Optimus's replacement bot, Rodimus Prime. We have one of the most popular Dinobots of all time, not Grimlock, but we have Slug. And we have Blaster. Pew pew bang bang, pew pew bang bang. Not that Blaster. We have the character Blaster. A pretty solid team. I don't want to show favoritism, but I low-key think that this team is the one that's going to win. Because look, current squad power, 1,969. These are some of my most powerful bots. Like, Blaster is 3-star. Slug is 3-star, and yeah, I don't want to show favoritism, but I really think this team's going to win. Don't tell the other teams. Next up, YouTube, we have the Sideswipers. We have our team captain, Sideswipe. Probably a pretty obvious choice, once again, considering the team name. We have Space Lover Cosmos. We have Wheeljack. We have Ultra Magnus. We have another Dinobot, Sludgeroony, or Sludge. We have Chromia and Windblade, 2 Fembots. And yeah, another phenomenal team. This is another very powerful team, and this team might take the crown as well. If the Optimals don't win, then I'm going to have to assume that this team will. Because this team score isn't as high as the Optimals, but it's close. The Optimals was 1,969. This is 1,831. So can you see the closeness comparison? So we'll just have to see how this plays out. Next, we have the final Autobot team, the Hot Rodders. We have the team captain, my boy Hot Rod. Another very obvious choice considering the team name. But this should be interesting, because Hot Rod is actually competing against his most up-to-date self, because Optimus Prime is competing on the Optimals. So it'll be really interesting to see how that plays out, so make sure to keep watching. We have Hot Rod's bully and soon-to-be friend, Cup. We have Jetfire. We have Nosecone. We have Swoop. We have Jazz, or Autobot Jazz. Take your pick on how you want to address him. And we have RC, the most famous Fembot out of all Fembots. As you can see, this team doesn't have as high of a score as the 2 previous ones, and it kinda has a disadvantage as well, besides the team score being the lowest. I wanted all of the teams to have a medic, but I only had 2 Autobot medics. We had Wheeljack and Ratchet, so I didn't have enough medics to give each team a medic. So because of that, that's why I decided to give him this 4-star character, Nosecone, to give him at least a little bit of an advantage. Otherwise, their team score probably would have been lower. You know, I'm not showing favoritism. Don't you worry, teams. You're all gonna do phenomenal. Next up, friends, we have the Decepticons. The 3 Decepticon teams that I have planned are very cool, and who knows? Maybe they'll have what it takes to take the crown instead of the Autobots. We'll just have to wait and see. The first team we've got here is the Mega Champs. We've got our team captain, Megatron. We've got Megatron's right-hand man, Lugnut. We've got Megatron's quote-unquote loyal former second-in-command, Starscream. We've got Soundwave HISS, but don't ask me what HISS means. That must be like an exclusive special version of Soundwave or something, but it's kinda hard to tell. We've got Shockwave, we've got Triple Changer boy Blitzwing, and we've got Cyclonus. But I know what you're thinking. Raccoon-Formers, you said the Decepticons were going to beat the Autobots. Your team score doesn't even equal 1,000. Yes, I am aware of that, but I do apologize for this, but I didn't choose the Decepticons for the team to start out with, so I don't have as many cool Decepticons as I do Autobots, but I just like to think positive. I'm going to think positive and assume that the Decepticons are going to win. Why don't you do that with me? Let me know who you think is going to win down in the comments. Next up, we have the Thunder Squad. We've got our team captain, Thundercracker. We've got Skywarp, Slipstream, Dirge, Viper, Galvatron, and Centillus Malleus. I find something extremely hilarious like here. Like, this team consists of a lot of bulky characters like Galvatron and Centillus Malleus, but the team score is only 564. So it's kind of hilarious that the team score is so low, but they have such bulky characters. I know it involves that little score, that little number right up there, 87, 86. I know that's what's to blame for the low number, but it's still kind of funny, wouldn't you say? But good luck, Thunder Squad. I know you're gonna give it your all. Next, we have the final Decepticon team competing for the title of Transformers Earth Wars champion, the Beastly Bunch. We've got our team captain, Black Arachnia, who's the beastliest Transformer in the history of Beastly Transformers. We've got Kickback, one out of the 3 Insecticons. We've got Ripper Snapper. We've got Skull Smasher. We've got Rampage. We've got Octopunch, who doesn't actually transform into a beast, but he's got the letters OCTO in his name, and those are the first 4 letters in the word octopus, so it'll have to count. And we've got Deathosaurus, who is the T-Rex of Doom. I'm just kidding. He doesn't actually transform into a T-Rex, but I couldn't resist. This is another phenomenal looking team. The Decepticon teams that I have aren't as powerful as the Autobot teams that I have, but that just makes me even more excited to see how the game show will play out. Because since the Decepticons are less powerful than the Autobots, that means they're the underdogs, and the underdogs always end up winning in movies and TV shows. But we'll just have to wait and see. Make sure to watch till the end so you can see who wins. Speaking of winning, it's time to start the competition. We'll start with the Optimals. Let's see how well they do. Here we are with the Optimals, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see how well they do in this competition. But there's one thing that I actually forgot to mention on how I'll work each battle. I'm not going to choose the same difficulty level for each team because each team's score is different. So if I choose the same difficulty level, it will give some teams an advantage because it will be easier for some teams than others. So what I'm going to do is I'm always going to choose the suggested battle zone, which will be different depending on the team's score. That'll keep it fair. So let's go ahead and see what that'll be for the Optimals, shall we? Looks like the suggested battle zone is 1,350. That seems about right for 1,969. So let's go ahead and battle on.
Optimus Prime. Abilities ready. Abilities ready.
That was a pretty intense battle, wouldn't you say? Let's go ahead and look back on it in slow-mo to see how well they truly did. Let us see. Looks pretty good so far. Yeah, nobody dies yet. Ratchet did a good job healing them. Nice job, Ratchet. Look at that. Bumblemeister shooting EMP bombs. Heading up towards the base, getting ready to take her down. Yeah. I don't think anyone died. That means 700 points for the Optimals. But look at their final time. 1 minute and 39 seconds. You get a total of 3 minutes, which means the battle took 2 minutes. That means they lose 2 points. But I don't think it's that big of a deal. Sure, they didn't get 700 points, but all they lost were 2 points. That means they get 698 points. Let me type that down. 9, 8. Boom, chakalaka. The Optimals did truly phenomenal, but it's time to see how well the Sideswipers do. Alrighty people, here we are with the Sideswipers. Let's let them attempt to win this title. Let's go ahead and see what their suggested battle zone is. Looks like their suggested battle zone is 1,350. Hey, that's the same suggested battle zone that was suggested for the Optimals. Huh. Maybe that's a sign that they'll do just as good as the Optimals. We'll just have to wait and see. Let's go ahead and battle on.
Deploy, Wheeljack. Deploy. Now, reap the whirlwind. Ready. Abilities ready. Abilities ready.
That was another pretty intense battle, wouldn't you say, ladies and gentlemen? But let's look at the footage to see how well they really did. Alrighty, off to a pretty good start. Everyone comes out, starts up their attacks, looking fly, but wait, what's this? Windblade. Windblade died. That's 100 points lost for the Sideswipers. Let's see, did anyone else die? Keeping a close eye on things. Oh, there goes Sideswipe, whacking at the base all by himself. Nope, nobody else died, but Windblade did. That's 100 points lost, but that's 600 points. Still phenomenal. Their final time is 1 minute and 17 seconds, so the battle took 2 minutes, which means they lose 2 more points. They didn't do as good as the Optimals, but they did score a good amount of points. Windblade died, RIP, so that means they lost 100 points, which means that puts their total to 600, minus 2 for the 2 minutes that the battle took. That means they earned 598 points. It's not as good as the Optimals, but they still did awesome. The Sideswipers definitely did a phenomenal job, but one of their team members died. That's 100 points lost. That could cost them the win, but we'll just have to wait and see. And who's going to determine if they move on to face the final Decepticon team? The Hot Rodders. Let's see how well they do. Here we are with the final Autobot battle. This time we've got the Hot Rodders. This battle is going to determine which Autobot team moves on to the final battle to face off against the final Decepticon team. Are you feeling the moment? Are you feeling the enthusiasm? Then let's see what the suggested battle zone for the Hot Rodders is. Looks like the Hot Rodders suggested battle zone is 850, which kinda makes sense. Like, 1,350 would be way too hard for 1,069 because that's higher. So we're gonna go to 850. So let's go ahead and battle on.
Roll out! Now, reap the whirlwind! Abilities ready. Abilities ready.
That was another very intense battle. Probably the most intense yet, but let's go over the footage and see what we got. Alrighty, McTidy. Let's see what we've got here. They're rolling out like all Autobots do. The health looks like it's dropping. Oh. Jet fire down, 100 points lost. Cup. Hot Rod, 300 points lost. Ooh. This ain't good for the Hot Rodders. Anyone else? Oh, everybody lived. Except for those 3 people. But wait a seckaroonie, let's go back real quick. I see 5 guys alive here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The hologram-like person is one of RC's duplicates, because that's her power. But since this team didn't have a medic, I'm going to count that hologram as a person. So instead of them losing 300 points, they'll lose 200. But there's still the final time. It looks like the Hot Rodders' final time was 1 minute and 55 seconds. So the battle took 2 minutes, so they lose 2 points. The Hot Rodders didn't score as many points as the 2 previous teams, but they scored a good amount. 2 team members died, which means they lose 200 points. 700 minus 200 is 500, and 500 minus 2 is 498. So, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like the winner of the Autobot Challenge is the Optimals with a total of 698 points. I'm sorry, Sideswipers and Hot Rodders, you gave it your all, but you guys are eliminated. So make sure to keep watching so you can see which Decepticon team will go head-to-head with the Optimals. Let's go to the Decepticons. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to see which Decepticon team will be joining the Optimals in the final battle. We'll start with the Mega Champs. Let's see what their recommended battle zone is. Their recommended battle zone is 850, which seems about right. It's 100 or so points down from what their current squad power is. So, let's go ahead and battle on.
Megatron! Cobra, attack!
That was a pretty intense battle, but the Mega Champs came through like pure champions. Let's go ahead and check the footage and see what we've got. Alrighty, off to a pretty decent start. Just keeping an eye on them health bars. Shockwave's doing pretty good. Oh, wait, what's this? Shockwave died, 100 points lost. Kinda sad that the medic died. Oof. Oh, Megatron? Huh. Can't believe he died. Wait. Soundwave HISS? Oof. 300 points lost for the Mega Champs. But it's not all bad. Check out their final time. Their final time was 2 minutes and 17 seconds. And time is a bit weird. It's a bit opposite-like. Like, 2 minutes is actually 3 minutes. 1 minute is actually 2 minutes. 0 minutes is actually 1 minute. Which means the battle did not take a single minute. Which means the Mega Champs lose 0 points due to time. Which is pretty impressive, I must say. But 3 team members did die, which means they do lose 300 points. So 700 minus 300 is 400. They earned 400 points. Boom, chakalaka. The Mega Champs performed like true champs, but it's time to see how well the Thunder Squad does.
I don't know anything about horse gods, but I do know how to bring the thunder.
Thank you, Thor. Phenomenal introduction. Here we are with the Thunder Squad. Let's see how well they do in this competition. Let's check to see what their suggested battle zone is. Looks like their suggested battle zone is 500. That seems about right. Just 64 points down from the current team score. So, let's go ahead and battle on.
Thundercracker! Attack!
That was another extremely entertaining battle, and very intense too. But you know the drill. Let's go over the footage and see what we've got. Alrighty. Off to a pretty decent start here. Seekers over here, others over there. Centilius Malleus with his bow and his giant gun mode. Keep an eye on that health bar. Ooh, Thundercracker. Gone. And you know what else is gone? 100 points. Ooh, go, go, go. Go. Ooh. Skywarp. And look at this. Slipstream died at the very last second. 300. But that leaves us with a little bit of a dilemma, ladies and gentlemen. That means the Thunder Squad ties with the Mega Champs. And I haven't thought that far ahead to determine what a tiebreaker competition will be. So I'm going to make a bit of an exception for the Thunder Squad here. If you come back here, you'll see that that portal didn't come to pick Slipstream up like it did with Skywarp. So I'm not going to count it. I'm not going to count Slipstream's death as a point deduction. So that'll save us the hassle. And their final time is pretty decent as well. 2 minutes and 7 seconds. And like I mentioned before, 2 minutes is technically 3 minutes, so they don't lose any points due to time. The Thunder Squad did a pretty decent job. 3 team members died, not counting Slipstream, so they lost 200 points, so they earned a total of 500 points, because 700 minus 200 is 500. Let me get that typed in, and there we go. I was not expecting the Thunder Squad to do this good. Partly the reason why they earned 500 points is because I didn't count Slipstream's death to be a point deduction, so I could avoid a tiebreaker, but I'm still kind of surprised that 3 team members in the Mega Champs died. I thought they were going to do better, but it's not that big a deal. Both teams did phenomenal. We've got a true competition on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. Are you feeling the momentum? Are you feeling the enthusiasm? I sure am. The Thunder Squad truly did a phenomenal job. Truly. But it's time to go do the battle that will determine which Decepticon team will go and face the Optimals, the Beastly Bunch. Let's see how well they do. Alrighty people, here we have the most important battle of today's video. This is the battle that will determine which Decepticon team will go and face the Optimals to face off for the Transformers Earth Wars Champion title. Here we have the Beastly Bunch. Let's go ahead and see what their recommended battle zone is. Looks like the Beastly Bunch's recommended battle zone is 500, which, if I'm to be completely honest with you, seems a bit low. But hey, computers know best, am I right? Let's go ahead and battle on.
Crush them! Crush them! Deploy! Crush them!
That was another very intense battle, but let's check the footage. Alrighty people, it looks like they're off to a pretty decent start, and Deathosaurus a late start. But yeah, keeping an eye on them health bars. Yipperoni, snickerdoony, hoo-hoo-hoo. it looks like not one member of the Beastly Bunch died. I'm impressed. Very impressed. And check out the time as well. 2 minutes and 23 seconds. Like I said before, 2 minutes is technically 3 minutes, which means this battle didn't even take a minute, which means no points lost for time. And do you also know what this means? This means the Beastly Bunch was flawless. Not one team member died, and the battle didn't even take 1 minute, which means they lost 0 points. Zero, zilch, nada. Not enchilada. But yeah, they did awesome. The Mega Champs and the Thunder Squad did truly phenomenal, but the Beastly Bunch truly crushed it. Since the entire team survived, no points were lost due to that, and since the battle didn't even take 1 minute, no points were lost due to that. So because of that, the Beastly Bunch scored a total of 700 points. 100 points for each team member. Let me write that down. 700. And yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like the winner of the Decepticon challenge is the Beastly Bunch, which I was not expecting at all. I was expecting the Mega Champs to win because, you know, they have Megatron, but if you remembered, Megatron actually died during the Mega Champs battle. So maybe this was a sign that they weren't going to win. Who knows? I'm truly sorry, Mega Champs and Thunder Squad. You truly gave it your all, but unfortunately, you guys are eliminated. That means the final battle will be between the Optimals and the Beastly Bunch. Before we go any further, make your prediction on who's going to win, and let me know in the comment section below if you're right once you get to the end of the video. So make sure to stay tuned. Now, on with the rest of the show. Alrighty people, here we are with the finale of today's show. There are only 2 battles left between the Optimals and the Beastly Bunch. Only one team will be taking home that Transformers Earth Wars title. Only one. Who will it be? We'll start with the Optimals. But as you can probably see, the Optimals are a teensy-weensy bit more powerful than they were before. If you caught that, then you've got a good eye, because you are right about that. Before I filmed this part of the video, I did a little bit of training, a little bit of upgrading, and a little bit of switching with the Optimals to give them a bit more of an edge in the finale of this competition. The only real switching I actually did, however, was taking out 1-star Ratchet and replacing him with 3-star Ratchet, which is why the current squad power is higher than it was before. You know, to make the finale of this competition a teensy-weensy bit more interesting. Let me know in the comment section below if it helped. I also did that with the Beastly Bunch as well, but I'll talk about that more once I get to them. But since I upgraded the team, that means their suggested battle zone might be different. Let's go ahead and see what their new suggested battle zone is. Looks like their new suggested battle zone is 2000. Let's go ahead and battle on.
Optimus Prime, Ratchet, roll now!
That was another very entertaining and intense battle, but let's check the footage and see what we've got. Alrighty, looks like the Optimals are off to a pretty decent start. Just keep an eye on those health bars down there. Looking nice. Oh, look at all these guys who died. Let me just go back real quick. Alita 1, Slug, Ratchet. 300 points lost. That is just sad. Bumblebee? Not Bumblebee. Looks like it's just Rodimus and Optimus left. Ooh, no. Rodimus died. Which means they lost 600 points. That could be devastating, and that could cost them the win. And their final time doesn't help much. 1 minute and 25 seconds. Which means they lost 2 points. Or 1 point technically, because like I said before, 1 minute is technically 2 minutes, so I'll just count it as 1 point. So they lost 1 point. We're gonna need a calculator for this one. The Optimals' previous score was 698, and then they earned 99 more points, so plus 99. They earned a total of 797 points. Let's see if that's enough to keep them alive. Let's head over to the Beastly Bunch. Alrighty, people, here we have the final battle of today's show, the Beastly Bunch. This battle is going to determine which team takes home the Transformers Earth Wars Champion title. All the Beastly Bunch needs to do to win is score 797 points or higher, because then they'll have the highest score, because the Optimals have a total of 797 points. Which I can see the Beastly Bunch doing, 100%. Because the Beastly Bunch has 700 points right now, and like I said, all they need to do to win is score 797 points or higher, and they have a total of 700 points right now, which means all they need to do is score 97 points or higher. So I'd be very surprised if they didn't win, but we'll just have to wait and see, because you really never know. But like the Optimals, I did a lot of training and a lot of upgrading to give the Beastly Bunch its best chance at winning. And to make the finale a bit more interesting. Let me know in the comment section below if it helped. Here's what the team looked like before, and here's what it looks like now. Can you see the improvement? But since the current squad power is a bit higher than it was before, that means the suggested battle zone might be different. So let's go ahead and see what the new suggested battle zone for the Beastly Bunch is. Looks like their suggested battle zone is 850, which seems about right considering their squad power is 870. Let's go ahead and battle on.
Crush them! Deploy! Attack!
That was probably the most intense battle yet, but let's check the footage and see what we've got. Alrighty, it looks like they're off to a pretty decent start, and Deathosaurus, you went out on time this time, unlike last time. Yeah, nice whirlwind octopunch. keeping an eye on them health bars. Yeah. Sorry, Optimus Prime. We had to do it. Believe me, I didn't like it. Oh ho! Let me go back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not one team member died. So they didn't lose a single point due to death. And their final time, 2 minutes and 11 seconds. And like I said before, 2 minutes is technically 3 minutes, which means the battle did not take 1 single minute, which means they lost 0 points due to time. As you can see, the score to beat was 797, and they totally crushed it. They had 700 points before, and since they didn't lose a single point due to team members dying and a single point due to time, that meant they earned another 700 points. 700 plus 700. They earned a total of 1,400 points. That means the winner of the Transformers Earth Wars Grand Prix for Season 1 of GWRF is the Beastly Bunch. I guess my low-key instincts that told me that the Optimals were going to win were wrong. Oh well, it's not that big a deal. But like I said when I first introduced the Decepticon teams, they weren't nearly as powerful as the Autobot teams, nowhere near. That's why my low-key instincts told me that the Optimals were going to win, since they were my most powerful team. But look at this, one of the weakest Decepticon teams that I had ended up winning the title of Transformers Earth Wars champion and taking down the Optimals, which was my most powerful team out of all the 6 teams that I had. Isn't that impressive? I guess what I said earlier was true. Underdogs really do always win in movies and TV shows. But let's give a round of applause to our winner, the Beastly Bunch. Wear that title proudly, my boys. Say it loud, say it proud. You've earned it. Well, friends, this pretty much wraps up this gaming video. Thanks for tuning in. Remember to click that big red subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on a future video. And I really hope you enjoyed this video, because I sure did. This was probably one of my favorite videos to film and edit ever. I love being a game show host. Maybe I should do that one day. Who knows? Maybe I'll have my own game show in real life one day. Let me know in the comment section below if that'd be cool. And let me know in the comment section below if I should make a sequel to this game show for an episode in Season 2 of Gaming with Raccoon-Formers. Because I'd gladly do that if I can. Because like I said, I enjoyed filming this video a ton. And make sure to stay tuned for more phenomenal gaming videos. I have tons of videos planned for the 2nd season of Gaming with Raccoon-Formers, and you're not going to want to miss a single one, I assure you. Alrighty, let me just get my game show host voice on real quick. Alrighty, YouTube, I hope you enjoyed the show, but it's time to go home now. See you next time. Good night. Oh, and peace.